Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to another video. This video is going to be about part 1 of my Excel automation series. If you don't know what Excel is, it's basically just some sort of like data entry table, or basically used for data analysis, data science, and all sorts of different things. So without further ado, let's get started. So first off, we're going to need to import a module called OpenPyXL. So if you don't have it installed, you can go to Help, find Action, Settings, and click on pip. Now I already have OpenPyXL, but if you don't have it here, you can just click on pip and search for OpenPyXL. Then it should show up here. Click install package if you don't have it. I'm going to X out of there. Now basically we're going to work with a workbook, and a workbook is basically the sort of, it's what it sounds like, right? It's a workbook in Excel that you can use to input data and perform different calculations on it. So because we just installed our OpenPyXL, we're going to have to import it into our console. So we're going to type out import OpenPyXL. And we're going to do it again for good measure, just to show it in our console. Now we want to open up our workbook, so we're going to define an object WB as our workbook equals OpenPyXL dot load workbook underscore between load and workbook. And now we have a workbook here. We have a workbook called 5 ECOWAS countries. So that would be our workbook name. Now, I basically got this from a particular project I was working on several months ago about ECOWAS. Again, you can just use any sort of workbook. You know, if you have Excel installed on your computer, you can just create a new workbook. If you don't have one, you can either download one online, or you can download the XLX file from Microsoft OneDrive using Excel, or using the online version of Excel there. So I'm going to type out the name 5 ECOWAS countries.xlsx. You can just type out WB to enter it again. The object returns us this particular line of code. Now, the thing we can do is we can get sheet names. So to do that, we'll just type out w.get sheet names. Now it gave us this error message. Now it's not really important, it just says deprecation warning, call a deprecated function get sheet names. It's not going to be really anything of concern for this particular video. Well, yes, we just got wb.get sheet names. Now we can select by a particular sheet name by typing out sheet equals wb.get sheet by name. And of course we know our sheet name is sheet 1, so we're going to put in sheet 1 here. It will give us the sheet by sheet name. Again, it gives the same deprecation warning because we're using the sheets, or the sheet name in workbook. And we can also do the same thing we did right here by clicking sheet equals wb.active. Oops. It will give us the active sheet. It'll bring us to the active sheet basically. And finally, we can do sheet.title, which will give us the title of our sheet, sheet 1. Now we can select a particular cell in our sheet. So we'll type out sheet brackets parentheses A1. Give us the cell sheet 1 at A1. Now I can find out the value of sheet at A1, the value of A1 on our sheet by typing out sheet brackets, oops, not that, A1 dot value. Give us ECOWAS countries. Now that's because ECOWAS countries is under our sheet A1 value. It's located at the coordinate A1. Now a similar thing we can do is we can type out cell, send object cell equal to sheet, and let's go for B4. Now we can do several things with this. We can type out, we can find out the row that this sheet is in, so we can type out shell.co. It's on row 4, unsurprisingly, because the row, the number associated with the row number 4. Type out cell.column give us cell column 2 because, again, B corresponds to the second column because A is the first column, B is the second column, C is the third column, etc. And we can type out cell.coordinate and get both the column name and the cell name. We can also do something similar by using the cell method on our sheet object. So we can type out sheet.cell. I'll just specify a row and a column. So we can type out row equals 1, column equals 1. That brings us a cell at sheet 1, cell on sheet 1, at the A1 cell location. Now what we can do is we can use this to sort of create an iteration, or we can sort of loop through our Excel cells. So to do that, we can type out something like for I in range 0 to 3. Oops, it's not 0, it's 3. Colon. And print sheet.cell. Now I'll type out, let's say, we want our rows to be the same. We want to go iterate through the whole row, or not the whole row, but through the rows. So I'll type out row equals 1, and column equals I plus 1. This is because we want to start I at 0, and we'll iterate through the column every time, as long as it's less than 3, so I'll iterate 3 times. Again, you can do this more about my, on my for loops in Python. So type out then value, hit enter. It gave us only ECOWAS countries. It gave us none for the second one and none for the third one. This is because for my particular workbook, ECOWAS countries actually takes up multiple cells on the Excel workbook. So that's why it has none here and none here. Yeah, so it's basically it of our part 1 introduction to Excel automation. If you like this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.